The who, what, where, when, and why of the MBTI. So what is it? The Myers-Briggs Type Indicator, or MBTI, is a popular, fun, and pretty accurate personality test. You take the test, you get a 4-letter code at the end, and a description of your personality type. There are 16 possible personality types. For the first letter, you either get an I or an E. I stands for introvert, E stands for extrovert. Introverts tend to be more reserved and focused on their inner world, and usually require a lot of time alone to recharge between social interactions. Extroverts tend to favor more social interactions and generally prefer to focus more on the outside world and tend to be a bit more talkative than their introvert counterparts. For the second letter of your 4-letter code, you'll either get an N or an S. S stands for sensing and N stands for intuition. About 75% of the population are sensors. Sensors focus on what's in front of the curtain, on facts, reality, what they can see, hear, feel, taste, and touch. Sensors tend to be concrete, very practical, and focused on the here and now. If you got an N for your second letter, you're an intuitive. Intuitives are more abstract. They prefer to focus on what's behind the curtain. They look at possibilities, patterns, theories, and concepts. They tend to be extremely curious and ask a lot of questions like who, what, where, when, and why. I've just given away the second letter of my type, haven't I? By the way, if you're getting value out of this video, please hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and share this video with a friend, family member, or loved one so that both you and they can experience more entertainment and insight for the 16 types. The third letter of your 4-letter code will be a T or an F. T stands for thinking, and F stands for feeling. Thinkers tend to prefer using logic and rationale over feelings and emotion. I really like the way personalityhacker.com describes the difference here. Quote, thinkers use impersonal metrics to determine the value of an object, idea, or situation. Feelers use personal, human-based considerations when determining the value of an object, idea, or situation. Which one are you, a thinker or a feeler? Leave it in the comments below. The last letter of your 4-letter code will either be a J or a P. J stands for judger or judging. P stands for perceiving. Judgers tend to prefer to work on a schedule, follow a plan, prefer to stay organized, make decisions, and stick to them. They are decisive and structured and seek to gain closure and finish what they start. Perceivers are adaptable, spontaneous, flexible, and prefer to keep their options open in situations. They tend to be more relaxed and carefree, and will often change their mind about projects or situations, sometimes abandoning the project altogether in favor of going another direction entirely. It's important to note that none of these preferences are better than the other. We're all unique, and everyone is different. The MBTI celebrates these differences, and so should we. Okay, next let's talk about the when. When was the MBTI created? The MBTI was created during World War II by Catherine Cook Briggs and Isabella Myers. They created the test around the period of 1939 to 1945. The test came along during a time of tremendous financial difficulty for many and social upheaval, which was actually the perfect time to create the instrument because it provided people with profound insight into self. And that insight helped people know themselves better, which facilitated their ability to adapt and overcome to the dire circumstances they were in at the time. The test has been taken about 50 million times since the late 1960s and continues to be taken millions of times each year to this very day. Where can you take an MBTI test? Well, the official paid test can be taken at MBTIonline.com. Also, there are many free tests available online such as humanmetrics.com, 16personalities.com, Trudy.com, Personality Hacker, and many more. I'll leave the links in the description below for you to click on after the video. You're probably wondering which one is better. It's completely up to you to decide. Some people prefer the official test, others like the free ones. Personally, I like them all. Who is the MBTI test for? The MBTI is for anyone who wants to know themselves and others better. The MBTI is for anyone who may be at a crossroads in their life and wants to gain insight into self so that they can make better decisions for their future. The MBTI is for anyone who wants to be the best version of themselves. So why the MBTI? The question of why is one that has haunted the human species since its inception. Why am I here? Why do I want what I want? Why did this thing or that thing happen? Why should I take the MBTI test and learn more about it? I'll be quick to say the MBTI is not an end-all be-all solution for everything and cannot answer every question or every why. I can think of many reasons why the MBTI is worth it, but the biggest that stands out, the biggest why of the MBTI, is that perhaps better than any other type indicator out there, the MBTI highlights the differences in individual personality types, takes an honest but positive and lighthearted approach to both the strengths and weaknesses of each type, and best of all, it teaches us how to learn to understand ourselves and others in spite of those differences. If we can learn the who, what, where, when, and why of understanding each other, how our minds tick, what motivates us, why we do the things we do, if we can learn that and demonstrate genuine interest and empathy for others and ourselves, we can quite literally change the world for the better, one personality type at a time. Thanks for tuning in. Please share this video with someone who might be interested in changing the world for the better. Hit the like button and subscribe now for more entertainment and insight for the 16 types. Talk to you in the next video. Take care.